What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I want to talk to you guys about a fight I just watched. I just got to watch it today. And because I was really busy yesterday. But I got around to watch Omar Figueroa versus John Molina. Now, I seen some of the interviews from John Molina. Because, the claims from Figueroa saying he's going to stop him in the middle rounds. And obviously that came out to be false. It was a 10-round fight. These guys slugged for 10 rounds. Now, you had back and forth action. And if I was going to score that fight off the top of my head, I would have to go with Molina. I think Molina beat Omar Figueroa. Omar Figueroa, he had a defeated look on his face. He had the look Canelo looked when the bell rung, the final bell rung for the Lara fight. He had that look that Oscar De La Hoya had, more like Oscar De La Hoya had when he fought. Damn it, what is his name? He was a Russian fighter at middleweight, and this was the fight right before he gets knocked out by Bernard Hopkins. I can't remember his name. Shit. Anyway, he had that same reaction. A reaction of defeat, disappointment. I lost reaction. Omar had that same reaction because it's like, okay, why are you thinking that way? You know what I'm saying? Why are you upset? Because you already know it's past 10 rounds. You couldn't knock him out in the 6th round like you proclaimed. So I guess you had to put the work in. One thing I give the Omar is a heavy-handed dude. I seen how he dismantled Robert Guerrero. And then this is after Guerrero was trying to make a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Well, don't call it that because it wasn't. It was a failed comeback. And I felt bad for Guerrero because Guerrero's a tough guy. And I thought Guerrero, Guerrero can take some pretty good punches because, he was in there against Kamagai and Danny Garcia, and those were two good fights. The Kamagai fight was a war. Then he goes in there with Omar Figueroa and he gets destroyed in 3 rounds. He couldn't handle that shit. He couldn't handle the punching power. So, for that reason, you got to give John Molina credit because he took those punches. And these are clubbing, chopping punches, looping punches. And he rocked Molina a few times, and I think that was what caused it. But it was unanimous. That's crazy. I would be more comfortable with the judges at least seeing one of the judges sing it for Molina. This shit was an unanimous decision. I'm like, wow, what's up with that? You know what I mean? Nobody think that, because Molina landed some hard, like bolo punches to Figueroa. But the only thing about Figueroa, he has a chin. That kid can take punches. And I think that affects the judges what type of punches affect fighters. And Omar's punches were affecting John Molina's more than John Molina's was affecting Omar. Now, honestly, I think that he rocked Omar, but I think he just knocked him off balance because Omar never changes. He keeps moving forward. He was coming in there looking like Rocky Balboa, fighting Spider Rico or something like that. He didn't look like he was the best in shape. He especially didn't look like he looked against Guerrero. Now, mind you, that was his last fight when he fought Guerrero. You know what I mean? That was a long time ago. That was like a year and a half ago. And then some. So that was over a year and a half ago. That was damn near 2 years ago when he fought. He fought like July of 2017. And I'm real big on dates and what was happening at the time. You know what I mean? I was at a friend's house watching it. And I was like, damn. And then just seeing him destroy Guerrero. I was like, whoa, look at Omar. And Omar does have these long binges and these hiatuses that he doesn't fight at all. He has to stop that shit. He needs to go to 147 and pose his skill there and fight there. I would love to see Figueroa versus Spence. You know what I'm saying? That's big. That would be a war. I think it would be one of the fight of the year kind of fights, because you got someone like Omar. He's always coming forward versus someone like Errol Spence is a forward fighter, aka Rhino hashtag, right? So those guys collide, you will see a good fight. And that's probably another reason why Molina lost. Molina has 7 losses, okay? Or he didn't win the decision because he has 7 losses, and Omar Figueroa is the kind of fighter you're still undefeated. You can market an undefeated fighter versus a fighter that has that many losses. You see what I'm saying? So it's politics, and this is boxing, people. This is not something that's not regulated, like by a national league. It's not. This is boxing, and a lot of shady shit happens in boxing. Sad to say. But that's probably why, they gave the nod to Figueroa, because they know, hey, we're going to market Figueroa. He's an undefeated fighter, a Texas guy, a tough kid. He has a lot of knockouts. A lot of fights, especially if a fight is targeted for that fighter, they're going to get the nod on by default because they don't want to mess up the investment for the next fight. A lot of people have lost too much money, so the fix is most likely in. But it wasn't just a shutout, though. I'm just surprised at the scorecards. All of them was unanimous. It just made me think, this is shitty. And Omar didn't look too convinced that he won that fight. So that's another dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Like Charles Ramsey, you know what I mean? But it was a good, exciting fight. They landed a lot of punches. But I would like, and I'm looking at Figueroa. Somebody with some skill would expose him, though. Danny Garcia, that would be a good fight. They both beat Guerrero, right? I'd like to see that fight. If Danny would want to take a fight like that with Figueroa. Because he's one of them dudes that he gets out of the limelight, and he comes back in and fights someone and wins. Then he steps back out. He had a DWI. And it was crazy. But him and Adrian Broner both went to jail. I'm like, damn, these guys supposed to fight and they're both in jail. They're both in the clink, But, I would like to see that fight. Now looking at the Molina fight, now I wonder how would a fight between him and Adrian Broner go. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about the decision. Do you think it was a right decision? Leave your comments below. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.